They came in hot, debuting at SummerSlam, but Damage Control didn't then go on to win the Tag Team Championship tournament. They then eventually won the tournament, but now they have lost their Tag Team Championships to Asuka and Alexa Bliss. Today we'll be discussing, should Damage Control have lost the Tag Team Championship? What's up, Maniacs? My name's Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that's WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. Today's video, we will be talking about Damage Control. I mean, they have kind of flattered to deceive, haven't they? I know a lot of people probably won't even care that they've lost their tag team championship because a lot of people aren't in the camp of Damage Control. We all feel like there is something missing. But the question is, why have they lost their tag team championship on the Go Home show to Crown Jewel? They're not going to be on Crown Jewel, I don't believe. And yeah, it does kind of make some sense because they put Alexa Bliss and Asuka on the shelf. So Alexa Bliss and Asuka have come out, they've got their comeuppance, and they've walked out as tag team champions. However, it all just seems a bit... I think the bigger thing here to talk about is that now we have to really look at the tag team championships, the women's tag team championships, and do they work in WWE? Because no matter who is in charge now, and yes, Triple H is a whole different ball game than it was with Vince, they still haven't managed to do a good job with the women's tag team championships. When Raquel and Aaliyah won these tag team championships out of that tag team championship tournament, we all thought, okay, this is a bit weird. And they had it for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops? And now they've dropped the title to what we were told was the tag team in this division in Damage Control, right? And now Damage Control have just been on an endless feud with Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss and Asuka when they have been around. They haven't really done much of anything. I know they went over to SmackDown recently and faced Shotzi and Raquel for those titles. It's just all a bit of nothing. They haven't managed to establish tag teams within this division. And yet again, they haven't managed to establish the actual tag team champions. So to be honest, I don't think it's a fault too much of Damage Control. I just don't think women's tag championships actually belong and have a place in WWE. Bayley has recently been calling for a women's mid-card belt, which to be honest would probably serve them better than a tag team championship, but it would mean removing the tag team championships because they can't have both. They'll just be spread far too thin. Some people are even saying they shouldn't have two women's world titles, which is probably the case as well. So yeah, a mid-card championship will probably do a lot better than, you know, having this tag team championship and not creating any tag teams. Should Dakota Kai and Io Sky have lost the women's tag team championships? I don't think so, but at the same time, they've just gone over to Asuka and Alexa Bliss, and what are they going to do that's any better than what Damage Control have currently done? I don't know. I can't really see it. To be honest, I think the reason for this is to motivate what we are going to see in the next couple of weeks. Survivor Series War Games. Maybe WWE have been hearing us. Maybe they've been listening and us saying that, you know, Damage Control, they haven't set the world alight. No one really cares at this point. So maybe them losing these tag team championships is to really start again, almost hit the reset button. Let Bayley, who is the leader of this faction, kind of go back to the drawing board. What do we need here to really kickstart Damage Control? The fans are saying we've been rubbish. We've clearly not been the greatest. We didn't win the tag team championships at the first instance, and now we've lost the titles. What can we do now to restart us? As I think is fairly obvious, this is going to be a War Games that consists of this Bianca Belair team and this Bayley team in Damage Control. Now, this may not be a long-term solution to fixing Damage Control, but to fill out a War Games match, I think you put Damage Control in on one side, and Bayley calls upon her longtime friend Sasha Banks alongside Naomi to come and help Damage Control in the first ever main roster women's War Games match. On the other side of the field, you can have Candice LeRae stepping in with Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss, and maybe a returning Becky Lynch. Obviously, Damage Control put Becky Lynch on the shelf some months ago as well. So if Becky is all good to go, there is no other way to announce War Games for the women being on the main roster, but to have this star-studded field of Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Candice LeRae, and Becky Lynch on one side, and then Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Naomi, and Sasha Banks in Boston in the War Games match. Obviously, this week we also have Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia coming up, and Bianca Belair and Bayley are going to be in a last women standing match. And to be honest, this is probably going to be the nail in the coffin for Damage Control if Bianca Belair walks out as champion and, you know, retains her championship. So they could really do with reheating Damage Control with this big win at War Games with this team that we've just mentioned, because I feel like after this weekend, Damage Control are going to be in hell. Honestly, they're going to be in the pits of hell, the complete mud. They're gonna be rubbish. It's been really nice for WWE to try something different, like a women's faction with Damage Control. It hasn't really worked. They've had months to work on this now. We're getting to about 4 months worth of Damage Control on our TV screens and on our TV screens regularly, and they haven't really made the desired impact. There are probably better teams in terms of at least an aesthetic fit that people will buy into, aka Toxic Attraction, who I believe, you know, once Mandy drops that championship down in NXT, Toxic Attraction are ready for the main roster. So I feel there is legs in a women's faction. They just quite haven't got it right with Damage Control. And yeah, the tag team championships for the women, there's still a lot to be desired of that. But should Damage Control have lost their tag team championships? I don't think so, because what is Alexa Bliss and Asuka really going to do with these that's any better than what Damage Control have done? You guys let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on Damage Control losing the tag team championships, and let me know your thoughts on the upcoming War Games match and how we're going to fill the women's field for that match. I've laid out my suggestion. I want to hear yours in the comments below. If you are new to this channel, welcome to this channel. Make sure you have subscribed to this channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. And if you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button as well. I'd appreciate it. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.